Bonjour. I am sorry, I will speak in French this time. Okay, thank you. Je voudrais tout d'abord
I would like, first of all, to thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity of speaking about rabies and the different actions to fight rabies in my country, including those within the framework of celebrating the World Rabies World Day. So first of all, there's a long history of rabies in Morocco and the fight against rabies in Morocco. Vaccination, human vaccination started about just 1 century ago, since 1911, and at the level of the Pasteur Institute in Tangier in the north of Morocco, and vaccination of dogs started in 1925. Therefore, there was a national control program institutionalized since 1986 and carried out by the three main the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of the Interior, and the Ministry of Agriculture. And a manufacturing unit for animal rabies vaccine exists in the country since 1996. And there are guidelines and different instruments that were created, as well as the celebration of World Rabies Day, which started since its inception in 2007. Therefore, there has been lots of activities and efforts deployed in the framework of the fight against rabies. Unfortunately, these efforts have not yet reached the expected results. Therefore, the disease persists today. Animal and human cases still occur. Every year we have a certain number of cases. The great problem is that we never manage to actually achieve adequate vaccination of dogs population. We cannot even reach 25% of dog vaccination. The other control measures are, of course, carried out, such as this post-exposition and sensitization, but they remain suboptimal. So two questions remain: how to manage this elimination of the disease in the country, and as well as how to benefit, how to actually take the opportunity of celebrating the day against the fight against rabies, to carry out more activities and to also actually deliver an action plan, a national action plan against rabies. So like I said, rabies is still here with an average of 20 cases per year since the year 2000, and when we talk about human cases, and about 300 animal cases since the last epidemiology report of the Ministry of Health in its last volume for year 2020. About 90% of rabies cases are due to dog bites. One of the questions that was asked when there was this webinar in February 2021, the question was whether rabies elimination could become a reality in many countries. This was during a marathon organized webinar. The problem is that there is really a big problem vaccinating at-risk dogs, especially in developing countries and in Africa especially. Therefore, we see on this table that the vaccination of dogs in Morocco, instead of improving, is actually regressing. It's there is no progress. It is decreasing. The year of reference is 2005, in which we had vaccinated about 450,000 dogs. And since we had a goal of vaccinating 1 million dogs per year, but as you can see, there was a very important decrease, which was aggravated in the past couple of years due to the COVID pandemic, which had, of course, an impact on all health programs, including the national program to fight rabies. Therefore, however, continuous actions were carried out since the establishment of World Rabies Day. Since 2007, we have celebrated every year, let's say, at the national level or even at the local and regional level. We as a society, civil society, as an NGO, we have organized two forums. The first forum, national forum, was organized in 2015, right after the creation of the Moroccan Society to Fight Rabies, and the second forum was organized in 2017. These two fora had as a topic the strengthening of the activities to eliminate rabies. There were several roundtables, there were seminars, there were training workshops, there were awareness raising campaigns, also field activities with mini dog vaccination campaigns, and there was a lot of awareness raising at schools. There were drawing competitions in schools for children, and all of this was realized by a certain amount of actors, of departments and civil society. Yet, let's say that the problem remains the same, and although different themes have been chosen each year to actually push towards the elimination of rage, but rage still here. Rabies. I'm sorry. And this has become much worse, actually. There have been some examples of our celebration in 2012. We had this slogan, which was rabies killed, let's get together to defeat it. In 2013, it was rabies kills, and until when? In 2015, 2016, it was the same thing, like the same topic, let's say, to raise awareness, to advocate, and to carry out awareness raising activities through the media. But there is still the program remains. Therefore, also when celebrating the day, there we have had recommendations that we, at least for some of the recommendations, we managed to guarantee some activities in the framework of these recommendations, and the framework of training. For example, in 2018, we had developed a tutorial for e-learning in rabies for the personnel of health, and this was large audience was touched. In 2019, there was an initiative from the Moroccan Pasteur Institute, which opened its national reference laboratory, which organized a multi-country and international workshop on surveillance and control of rabies, with the participation of several countries, among which Algeria, Burkina Faso, Ivory Coast, Mauritania, Morocco, Nigeria, Senegal, and Tunisia. And therefore, this was held in partnership with several partners such as WHO, FAO, and other partners, as well as the ministries, including Ministry of the Interior, and the Global Alliance Against Rabies was also present, meaning that it also took part in this celebration, this important workshop. And regarding vaccination, we tried this vaccination on humans. We tried to push towards the increase of the anti-rabies centers. So we moved from 265 anti-rabies centers in 2017 to 687 anti-rabies centers in 2020. Our goal is to facilitate access to vaccination post-exposition, and to therefore guarantee this vaccine in every health center, just as we have children vaccination. And we have therefore reflections on the different means to develop much more the coverage of dogs. This vaccination is free, but the results so far have not been really convincing. So we still have a very low coverage rate versus what we are aiming for. And as to elimination, since we still do not have a national elimination plan, then we are just right now celebrating the World Health Day, and we are trying to push for this plan. And personally, I had actually guided a project of studies to facilitate this dialogue with the participation of some students in order to facilitate the analysis of the situation, and with the use of this tool that we actually developed for this elimination plan. And these are the usual partners for the celebration of the World Day Against Rabies. Of course, we have the main ones, which is the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Agriculture, which was represented by the animal products, the General Direction of Local Collectivities, which represents the Ministry of the Interior, the Agronomic and Veterinarian Institute, Pasteur Institute from Morocco, as well as NGOs such as the Moroccan Association for Public Health and Environmental Health, SPANA, which is, and also the Moroccan Association Against Rabies, and VAC, with the participation of the UN, with FAO, and we also have the Pasteur Institute, which sponsors some roundtables. And therefore, I would like to honor one person who is very active, who is the General Director of the ANSA for the regions, Rabies, who is a veterinarian and who is really the main driver of this celebration. And he really is the leader, and we just are around him to work together and facilitate this, to carry out activities in the framework of the celebration of the World Rabies Day. 10 seconds, okay. This year, 2021, we hope to celebrate the third National Rabies Forum. And of course, it's a lot more. The intention is to move forward in the creation of the national plan and to start seriously to carry out activities to eliminate rabies. And therefore, here we also are trying to apply the recommendations from the UN agencies. We have meetings that have been organized in Tunisia by the OIE to celebrate in the framework of the three Northern Africa countries together to celebrate World Rabies Day together. And then therefore, finally, I would like to take the opportunity to say that the academia is not absent, of course. They are here, such as 9th Congress of the Moroccan Society Pediatrician Academy is celebrating its 9th Congress with one conference regarding epidemiology and rabies prevention. You have the link right here, and you can send posters or communications that might, let's say, become they can actually promote this Congress. Thank you for your attention, and together, of course, to end rabies.